you and I, we set the wrong kind of goals. Wrong kind of goals. What does that mean? Do you know the nickname people have for the second Friday in January? I didn't know this until recently. It's called Quitter's Day. In a world of quiet quitting, this is probably a national holiday, and it's completely new to me. It's the day that people are most likely to give up on their New Year's resolutions, thus the term quitting day. Now, the research shows us that 91% of Americans who make a New Year's resolution won't be successful in keeping them. And you've probably seen things written on this before, so maybe this is going to be a reminder, maybe a challenge. I hope it is. There's a lot of theories about why, but I want to give you my take. I think most resolutions around the New Year's, they're nothing more than a goal, but they fail because people make that resolution, set that goal from a place of pain. When people are prompted to think of goals for the new year, their minds immediately go to, where does my life suck? In other words, I'm looking at pain points. And that's a completely natural instinct. For example, I'll have some fun with this one because this is from my past. Now, Alex, you don't know this. I have to pull up some pictures. But about 15 years ago, I was 35 pounds heavier than I am right now. I was right at 200 pounds, so I'm a little guy. What that meant is I looked like I've been stung by bees. I was just swollen, okay? Not healthy for me, okay? And let me tell you how I set a goal to lose weight. I saw a Christmas card picture. I looked at it. I was like, good grief, man. I am chubby bunny. And you know what? The pain, the sting of how I thought I looked turned into a resolution to lose weight. By the way, it didn't work. It didn't work. You know why? Because I was like a lot of people, millions of people, by the way, they say, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm not going to look like that ever again in a picture. But statistically, you are going to fail because the emotion, which feels like conviction, but it's not conviction. The emotion is, oh gosh, I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated. I'm mad. I'm sad, whatever it is. So, okay, I'm going to go work out and I'm going to get in shape. But once the emotion passes, and by the way, it looks like it's about the second Friday of January, you're like, you know what? I don't care how I look. I don't like being sore. I don't like getting up at 6 a.m. So what do? You quit. So what's the solution? I think you got to take the pain points out of the equation. I think you got to use, I'm making this rule up. It's called the 25-year rule. What do I mean by that? Instead of what do I want to look like in 25 days, I think you got to have the question, what do I want to look like and feel like and act like 25 years from now? Who do you want to be physically, relationally, professionally, financially in 25 years? This takes the emotion out of it. And I think it replaces the emotion, which is the short-term pain point. I think it replaces it with conviction, which is, this is a vision. So you know what I think? I think we're too busy setting goals. Millions of Americans are going to quit their New Year's resolution because it's an emotionally based goal. It's not a conviction-based vision. You need a vision, not a goal. You need a vision for your future. My friend Dr. Henry Cloud calls it a desired future, a place of hope, a place beyond the current disappointments, the current resentments. Now, you're playing the long game at this point. So what do you think is the better game? Is the better game, who do I want to be 25 years from now? Or is the better game, who do I want to be 25 days from now? The long game is going to require that you get a vision in place, and then the goals come from a place of purpose, not pain. And now conviction comes in, and I've got my eyes set on something that requires more than a goal. It really requires commitment. And then the goals become something that are very important. And I'm not in any way trying to get cute here. Goals matter. But goals are mile markers that I need to hit if I am going to reach that 25-year vision. In other words, top of the mountain. A purposeful vision is going to help you mitigate for, plan for the delays. I'll give you another example. I had the privilege to interview and meet, have dinner with Allison Levine, who was the first female leader of an all-female group that went up to Mount Everest. Now, this is a woman who's serious. She's one of the most sought-after corporate speakers in America because of her accomplishments. And as I had dinner with her and several other speakers, we were at an event together, and as we sat, I just turned the whole dinner into an interview, and I began to ask her question after question after question about, the actual tactical story, her story of leading that group of women up to the summit of Mount Everest. And so understand that just like the 25-year plan is a long-term goal, the idea of summiting Mount Everest is also a very serious long-term goal. And so they're going, we are trying to get to literally the summit of the highest peak in the world. Okay, so they've got a plan. Okay, but that plan is going to change. They have goals. Those goals will change on the climb because of weather, physical health, demand that the goals sometimes are going to have to get adjusted. So our goal is to be here by day 15 or whatever. And if we don't get there, then we're setting a new goal. We have to adjust. But if the goal is just that, then when you get frustrated that you don't reach there by day 15, then you're done. No, the goal is not to... The real vision is what's driving. The goal is just a part of the mile marker. So the goal isn't, to get here by day 15. No. The true vision is to reach the summit. The goals will change. The goals will need to change. But if it's the goal that is driving my action, there's a good chance, it's just like a resolution, I got to have something greater than a goal. And a vision and purpose is greater than the goal. Then the goals will allow you to stay with it. But if you have no vision, guess what you are? You're the person who wakes up every year, sometime at the end of one year or the beginning of the year, go, okay, I need to set some goals for this year. But there's no vision for your life. Here's what I mean. Back to the idea of the 25-year plan. I'm going to get a gym membership and I'm going to start working out 5 days a week. That's the goal. It's a good goal. But there's no vision attached to it. The vision ought to be, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to be in the best shape of my life. I want to be healthy as I get older. I want to have this current health situation be eliminated because of me being in shape, losing 50 pounds, or whatever it is. That's a vision. And when that's the vision, the goal of working out 5 times a week, a lot easier to maintain because I'm not trying to hit a number of days in the gym. I'm trying to transform my physical health. Do you see the difference? That's the game. So be a person of vision, and then you will be a person of action. But when we try to be a person of action minus a vision, you know what we become? A person of frustration. Action minus vision always leads to frustration. But a vision that inspires action, you ready? Oh, this leads to completion. This leads to fruition. This leads to multiplication. This leads to, I could go on and on and on. All of the words that represent growth and momentum and a better life, I can go down the list. But goals without a vision, it's going to lead to frustration. Please, please, please rewind, listen, and set a plan. It's going to change your life.